As far as this team goes, obviously a big win last week, 27-0 against the defending state champs, Concordia. What do you carry over from that game that you can apply this week?
Well, it was a great effort overall. Defense had an amazing game with 6 interceptions. Offense, got to keep the run game going. Got to work on our pass blocking. That was struggling versus Carroll and a little bit during Concordia. But overall, it was a great team effort, and we improve on effort. We'll definitely be able to come out victorious.
When you take a look at Bishop Luers this week, it's always a big game for you guys, for both programs, really. What's the anticipation like this week, and what are you most looking forward to suiting up against the Knights on Friday?
It's always a great competition against them, the rivals. It's always a big game. I think that it's just the fact it's a rival game that everybody's going to be giving their best effort, trying to do everything they can the best, and just come out victorious.
Tell me about this Dwenger offense. What are you guys doing well, and what are some of the key points to be successful against Luers' defense this coming Friday night?
Well, it's 3 front, so we're going to try and run the ball successfully like we did against Concordia and Carroll some. So passing, we've got some schemes we're going to do, and just run the ball mostly.
When you take a look at the history between these two programs, 15 state championships combined, Tyler Eifert, Jalen Smith, Tony Springman, Ramon Wright, Anthony Spencer, so many great players that have played in this game. What does it mean to be playing, on the same field that those guys played in, and to kind of carry on the tradition in this Battle of the Bishops?
It's pretty awesome to think that we're going to go up against Jalen Smith's brother and just all the players that have gone. We're following in their footsteps, trying to accomplish the achievements they did too.
Final question from me, just what are going to be the biggest key points for you guys leading up to this game, and how big of a game is this for you as a team?
Well, we're going to have to practice extremely hard. The heat's not a factor to us. We just got to keep pushing, and key factors are everybody just got to stay together, give their best efforts, and we should be coming out good.
Perfect, my man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Team goes, talk a little bit about the performance last week, 27-0 against the defending state championship squad. What do you hope to carry over from that game into this Friday night's contest?
Last week was really good for us on defense. Yeah, obviously a shutout's always perfect. We played with intensity, and it really carried it over to our offense to put points on the board, and Concordia was a good football team, and we just played well that Friday.
Defensively, a shutout is obviously great. What is it that's working for this Dwenger team on defense? And then conversely, what does Luers do that concerns you? What are you going to have to do to corral some of those playmakers that they have?
Our defense, we're really good against the run, and then obviously Luers is one of the best running teams in the state, so I just can't wait to see how that goes for us. I hope it goes our way.
Battle of the Bishops, always a big game. What are you most looking forward to meeting Bishop Luers this time around?
I just remember my sophomore year at Luers. Austin Mack was a really good player. I just always think about him. He goes to Ohio State, and I just think about that game, won it back. I just like playing Luers. It's really fun.
When you take a look at the history, the Jalen Smiths, the Tyler Eiferts, the Anthony Spencers, the Tony Springmans that have played in this game, what's it like knowing that there's so much history in this game, and now, as a senior, it's your chance kind of to shine in the Battle of the Bishops?
Yeah, just all those big names. All of us hope we can put our names there and leave our team mark as one of those guys.
As far as Bishop Dwenger goes, do you feel like you guys have been kind of under the radar this year, that maybe people are underestimating you, or do you even really worry about anything else that's going on except what's happening on this field?
We really don't think about it. We're just trying to, this regular season, get us ready for the tournament and see how far we can go with that.
Final question, kind of what's the atmosphere around this team, and what is the attitude leading up to this coming Friday night's game?
The atmosphere, we all love football. We love to play with each other. It's fun here. Can't wait for Friday. We always look forward to every Friday, no matter the opponent, and we just can't wait.
All right. Perfect, my man.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Coach, obviously a big week every week when you guys play Bishop Luers, so talk a little bit about what the anticipation is for this matchup, because if you look at the history between these two programs, two very well-steeped in tradition programs going head-to-head on Friday.
Well, records don't matter when you come to this game. What matters, I think, and what we're proud of is mutual respect. We really have a tremendous amount of respect for Bishop Luers and their program, their tradition. We know that that it's circled on both calendars. We know that both teams want to do well, and we have a tremendous amount of respect for them, especially this year. Their offense is unbelievable. I heard Coach Lindsay describe some of his players as being electric, and that's a very good description. We describe them as scary. I don't know what we're going to do, but it's always a great one. Doesn't matter what leads up to it. and I'm sure this one will be too.
Defensively, you guys pitched a shutout last week against Concordia. First time the Cadets have been shut out since 2012. Your defense has been impressive. What have they been doing well in the last few weeks, and then what can you do on Friday night to deal with some of those electric players?
Well, keeping scores down is really a team effort. You know, the offense has to do their part in maintaining the possession of the ball. You know, playing keep away, if you will. We can't get into a hurry up game with teams that score quickly. If they score quickly on us, we just have to say, okay, well, you know, we'll take 12, 14 plays, whatever it takes to score, and then it's 7-7. You know, we just can't get in. That's not us. We just can't get into those kind of games. So the offense has to do its share, and they did that last week. Then there's a kicking game that has to keep them to the longest field possible. You know, if they get a short field or they get the ball at midfield, then their chances of scoring increase dramatically. So the kicking game has to do a great job, both in our returns and in our kicks as well, our punts and our coverage, and that took place last week. And then of course there's the defense, and the defense has to know what to expect. They have to react. They have to play the ball when the ball is in the air, and those things happened last week. So if that's the case, then we've got a chance. You know, Concordia has a great team. Just that appeared to be a little bit more our night than theirs in those three areas, and I'm sure you know, as the season goes on, we'll see what a really fine team they have there.
When you play a team like Bishop Luers with the kind of history between these two programs, do you ever stop and think, you know, during the week leading up to the game about all the players that have played this game, all the great games that you had? What do you think about when you lead up to what is, you know, a great Friday night every time you guys play?
You know, a lot of stories are told back and forth as you prepare for the week, and that adds to that adds to the excitement. I'm getting a little I think of things right now, and I'm feeling, you know, the goosebumps there, but I go back to the first year that this particular coaching staff was in charge in 2002 when we played down there, and it was a great game, and always has been. You know, there's heroes that you don't expect. And then there's the guys you do. Tony Springman kind of stands out in my mind as being a hero of a couple of those games. So you just remember every single one of them.
Final question for me. What are some of the biggest concerns about Bishop Luers, and then what are you working on, what are you focusing on in practice this week to get ready to what they present, specifically your offense against their defense?
You know, when we look at our offense against their defense, we've got to run the ball. That's, first of all, it's what we do. You know, not that we don't want to throw the ball. You know, we will when we have to or when we want to. But we got to be able to run the ball for the reasons we talked about before, and that is, you know, keeping it away from them. But that's what we do. That's how we get yardage. That's how we get first downs. That's how we score. So that's got to be job one, is to get some things going up front and to mix the pass in to where we can be effective. And then in the kicking game, there's certain guys we're just not going to kick it to. If it goes to certain guys, you know, it's an accident. And accidents happen sometimes, as we know. And then when it comes to the defense, we charted the first 40 plays, offensive plays of Bishop Luers' offense, and it came out to a total of 564 yards of offense, and that's not including the kickoff return for a touchdown. Yeah. So that's an average of 14 yards per passing attempt, not passing completion, passing attempt, and 14 yards per rush. You know, it's just it's scary. So we've got to be very fundamentally sound. We've got to make sure that we can tackle well and get a lot of people to the ball.
Anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
Well, thank you for all you do. You know, I don't know how you guys do it. You go to all those games, cover all those things, and put it all together into a package on Friday night for everybody to see. We're very thankful for what you do for high school football, and wish you well too.
Thank you very much, Coach. Okay. Man, looking forward to it.